It's v.h.s.x. What do you mean?
Alright everybody, welcome back. I wanted to go ahead and talk about a particular forum post that's suggested by, I believe, a few of you guys, if I'm not mistaken, that's talking specifically about these, the judgment, the changes that were apparently reverted, but it's not actually reverted, which we've covered in a previous video, that actual post itself. So if you need to see that, it's at the end of this one, or you could easily just check the channel. It'll probably be one of the most recent uploads, but I want to see who actually suggested this so I can go ahead and credit them for it. So shout out to Unruly Lime 47 and Mode for suggesting this post. Now, in particular, I wanted to talk about this because the title alone sort of gave me a bit of concern, because they said, "We won, guys, massive W." And off the bat, I have to disagree. Right? And they highlighted the part that says this is not something that will be happening on release, however. Now, no disrespect to this person, right? Because I understand that, you know, they probably skimmed it. They probably didn't read, you know, they didn't really read it as deeply or really paid as much attention to it. They just wanted to make sure that it wasn't going through. So I don't want to be disrespectful. However, there is a bit of some reading comprehension that was kind of missed within this, because you have to remember that it says after that it says, "We will be monitoring the need for it closely before proceeding in the event that the increased aura reveal range on divine light is not enough." So okay, cool, you're like, oh, it's not on release, but they didn't say they were never gonna add it. They said, oh no, we'll add it later, just not now. They didn't say, oh no, that changed, we're not adding it, sorry guys, like, we know, miscommunication. No, they said, no, we're going to add it, but we need to first check how this change works. And you're like, oh, okay. Like, all right, cool. Because keep in mind, I know a lot of people like to, you know, pull out their knee pads for behavior, and they gotta be like, oh my god, daddy behavior, please give us more slop, please give us more slop. And it's like, bro, they're gonna deliver the slop, okay? But you gotta open your eyes. Take off the blindfold that they put on you. Stop sipping the straw of the DBD community Kool-Aid, man. Open your eyes. The behavior is telling you directly in your face. They are telling you directly in your face, we do not care about you as a player. If you are an experienced survivor player, or if you're an experienced or a casual killer player, those three kinds of people do not matter to them. They are only interested in the people that play during 2v8s, that play during lights out, that play during chaos, that play during that, and don't play the game outside of events. They don't care about those people. They don't care about those players. They already are telling you to your face, we don't care unless you give us money. Right? We don't care if you love the game and you show your appreciation, because the streamers are the ones that give us the most bread. Those people are promoting our game for free. That's why they were saying in a quote-unquote backpedal of their joke, which we've covered previously, oh, we were joking, guys, we were joking. Sure you were. But let's go ahead and actually read the post. And it says, reposted because I felt like adding context to the post is needed. The visual indicator made by Divine Light is not going to release the Judgment to see what the feedback will be. Nothing on the Zealous nerf though, but the visual being gone does help a lot on what this killer's meant to do, and I'm happy. This is more so a step in the right direction than a massive W, as I said. Got a bit excited making the title. Good job for everyone telling behavior that this isn't a good idea. However, because I can agree with that, sure. But let's not get up in arms. Let's not shit ourselves yet, okay? Because at the end of the day, behavior is still going to add this change in the future. And you're probably saying, oh, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Let's just think for just a moment. Just think, okay? Just for a moment. Just take a breath. Think about it. Behavior has tried and tried and tried again to appease these players that complain and complain, uncomplain on what? r/deadbydaylight. Where? The DBD forums, right? Those are the places they're more than likely going to. Those are the places they're more likely posting to. Those are the places that they go to get their feedback. So when they're going to, because you already know the DBD Reddit mods are gonna have a field day. They are going to sit there and they're going to only show posts that make the Judgment look like it is this most broken, powerful character. More than likely, Behavior will then receive that feedback and go, man, this killer is ridiculously strong, and then they're going to nerf them again. And considering the mere fact that it's been about a few days since the release, I think, at this point, we can obviously say with some confidence that no, like, people are probably not going to be playing Judgment at all. And for valid reasons. I mean, you're already giving like 14 different ways for them to know what you're doing with your character. And then on top of that, the input is ridiculous. If you've played Judgment for any span of time, I thankfully have not. The main thing I've noticed was you're having to charge your attack essentially 3 times. You're charging the meter to get your hand up. Then you're charging it again to get the beam to actually go forward and go into a certain distance. And then on top of that, you have to also let it go to then also be able to aim it correctly for the beam to pass through. But keep in mind, what does a Survivor player have to do? They press either the A key, they can press the D key. If they're on a controller, they can move their thumbstick left, they can move their thumbstick right. And that's all they have to do. Yet as a killer player, I'm charging, aiming, lining it up again, lining it up again, lining it up again, launching it, and then it just whiffs because bro pressed A or D. And that in itself is its own video topic that we'll cover in its own thing, because I think it's worthy of discussion. However, despite all of that, okay, we already understand that even so, a lot of people are just not playing this character. So let's go ahead and actually look at some comments before we continue. So it says, this isn't a massive W, there's still major problems with this release. I agree. OP says it's a start, not disagreeing with you though. We just gotta keep telling them and hopefully they actually listen this time. That's your first mistake, pal. No, I keep saying no disrespect, man. I'm not trying to... I mean, sometimes I do mean disrespect because like the DBD community is full of delusion. But in this case, I'm trying to be nice, okay? I'm trying to be respectful here and I'm trying to say, look, by you saying we gotta keep telling them and hope they actually listen, bro, you already lost the battle. How many of we just gotta keep telling them is gonna happen at this point, bro? I don't know what else you want, right? Because how many of we just gotta keep telling them do you need? They've been hitting Behavior with the we just gotta keep telling them for years. It's been 10 years it took for them to be able to even touch Sprint Burst. And that perk has been insane since its release. So what are we on, bro? What are we on? It has been years since Slinger has actually been buffed correctly and they haven't fixed his gun misalignment issues, just as an example. I'm pretty sure you name it, a killer has a bug. I'm pretty sure Ghostface still has his reveal bug where like the sound lasts for 5 years if you get revealed. And it goes like it just like lasts forever. I'm pretty sure that's still in the game. If it isn't, then hey, I stand corrected. But chances are it's still there. Any bug you could probably think of is probably still in the game for most of the killer roster. I'm pretty sure that even Bubba still has like his random tantrum bug that has never been fixed. So how many we just gotta keep telling them so we're gonna give out? Because it's been over like what? It's been freaking years. Like what are you talking about? Bro, stop. Like, it's over, bro. It's done. They say classic Behavior. The community needs to scream their head off for a change to matter. Notice how nothing has happened for perks after diminishing returns. That's because we didn't yell at them hard enough because they're playing Civ 5 on full blast. That's not a bad take. They say diminishing returns affects mainly killers is the thing. Yep. And then this person just randomly throws out the but both sides. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything, brother? What? but both sides. Like, what does both sides have to do with this conversation, big dog? What does both sides have to do with anything? They say killers had their build diversity gutted while the Vigil Sprint Burst combo was completely untouched. Yes. That is also true. That is also that's actually so true as well. It's insane when you really think about it. My goodness. They say they still get to see the beam from 10 miles away, just no giant HUD. Also, Zealous curve nerf. This doesn't feel like a win. That's a good point too. Some people say survivors actually have to look. You got to take what you can get. I mean, that's another mentality that people got to let go. This person says we won. The 3 players who will play here after week 1 of the release. Let's not kid ourselves that this does anything. Yep. 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 I mean, it goes without saying. It goes without saying. They say small victory. She still needs buffs though. This is what I'm saying. These mentalities, these groveling, slop infested, just guzzle it all mentalities is the problem that I have with the DBD community. They beg and plead like, please behavior, one more, just one more drop of slop, and then that's all they get. And I'm really just lost and confused because why are people okay and complacent with stupidity and slop? Why are people not demanding for better? Why are people only just going with, oh, just a small victory? Jump ship, dude. There are plenty of developers out there that definitely would deserve your time, deserve your money, deserve your engagement. There are games out there that are, I would argue, life-changing, that will completely change you as a person after experiencing them. I would go as far as claiming that. Because there are genuinely games out there that I can guarantee the majority of these DBD players have not played and not experienced. That they would probably look back and go, wow, like, that game just really hit. Discover something more about yourself. And spend more time focusing on those things. But they don't want to do that. So, and then obviously a lot of the responses are saying not really massive W's. A lot of people are saying, like, you know, the reveal range is still there, stuff like that, which is also another factor. And this person makes the claim that says, so as I suspect, Paulie was running defense for them. He gave them an excuse and they jumped on it. We shouldn't stop pressuring behavior. And then OP says, I know nothing on who that is exactly and what he said. Which, I mean, I kind of got to give you a little bit of shit for that. You don't know who Paulie is? In the DBD community? Like, bro's a pretty big name. Like, anytime anything pops off on DBD, bro is right there usually, like, talking about it and running defense for behavior. So I'm like, I don't know about that. Look. And I don't got any beef with, like, any DVD creators, right? I really don't. There are certain people I say, like, they are just misguided and they're just offering, like, really stupid things for this community. But I can't say that I'm, like, I specifically am a hater of these people or anything like that. So just to preface that. But I don't understand why Paulie here is just, like, trying to, if this is true, offering defense for behavior. They don't need that. They're a pretty big team. They got marketing people. Like, they could just get somebody to write up some bullshit like they always do. And the DBD community will eat it up, as they always do. I don't really understand, like, why, if that is true, why would he need to do that? And then the person responded by saying he made a video to defend them and said exactly what they said in this post way before them. It's not for streamer, it's an accessibility feature for impaired people. Now, keep in mind, that not only how ridiculously mindless that type of statement is, but it's just simply not true. It just doesn't make any freaking sense. because we already understand that they backpedaled and used the accessibility feature as their defense, because they understand that by making it seem as if it's like this selfless goody two shoes like sort of change, like, oh no, we're not doing that, we're not trying to nerf the killers to appease the money, the pay pigs of our game, we're just trying to worry about accessibility, which I've covered in a previous video, you know, extensively, so I don't really have to get into massive detail in this one. But what I have said in that video was essentially what I'm going to say now. If it really was an accessibility feature, they would have led with it. Behavior is that type of like dev team where they literally need to show you and stroke their egos, essentially. Look at how inclusive we are. Look at how much accessibility we bring. Oh my goodness. Wow, look at us. Let's pat ourselves on the back for doing the bare minimum. Please give us the Labor of Love Award on Steam. This is what they do. It's happened before. Not really a massive W again. Versus behavior, listen, massive Reddit W, and it's like, shut the fuck up, please. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. Oh, this is a good one. They say, shit, they're mocking us. Let's call it a joke. I think we did a pretty good job so far. Bro, like, it's so infamous now. This person says what they should have meant. What they shouldn't have even mentioned was a streamer line. They added so much fuel to this fire. They also didn't fail to clarify anything that they are just backpedaling. After whole cakes are not bugged, there might be a problem with cakes, so we're looking into a potential problem with cakes. Fixed minor cake problem. There is no cake problem. And my favorite guys, we will see all your proof now is a problem. We'll actually fix a thing during the anniversary. There's no trust. So that's something that I usually forget to mention, but that is true. They messed around with the cake system that's been there for about 9 years. The cake system was exactly the same as it was. Why would they randomly start messing with it? They didn't even have to touch it. They didn't even have to do anything to it. They literally could have just kept it the same exact way. And everyone would have been fine with it because nobody was complaining about the cakes. Nobody had an issue with the cakes. But for some reason, they decided, let's start touching the cakes. And it's like, for what? Like, why are you changing it? It was fine. Like, everyone goes to play the anniversary when it's out. Oh, but we gotta change that. I'm like, for what? What do you gain? Oh, this person makes it. I like this one. They say, no, this is less than the bare minimum behavior should do. Is this community really stupid enough to fall for the strategy of announcing insanely stupid changes, or reducing it to something less stupid but still awful, and then getting praised for it despite still screwing over the customer/player? How many times, man? At least there's some people in this community that actually think for themselves. I'm really glad to see it. I'm proud. I'm proud to see it, man. I'm proud. I gotta say, there at least are a few, and if we could get more people to open their eyes and see the truth, because like writing a title like this is just asking for people to get rage baited, essentially, because there are people that genuinely do believe that this is a W. There are going to be genuinely be people that just read the title and call it a day. Oh well, we did it, guys. Like, but they don't actually read the fucking text, because anything that's more than like 3 words, they start malfunctioning. Their brains start like smoking and shit like that. The cogs start like getting rusted up, and they start like, you know, losing their minds. They can't handle more than 3 words on the screen at a time. So when you have a paragraph from behavior, they also like to use a lot of language to try to mislead you. And that's why I try to read them out and I try to explain it to you, because keep in mind, we have to take into account what behavior likes to do, and keep in mind that they haven't changed, they never will, and understanding that they're trying to do this to cover their asses, because they understand that if they get the pay pigs pissed, they're not going to be able to keep funding their game. But check out the main channel, check out the Rivals channel, and go ahead and check out the members content. Become a member, so you can get a bunch of little benefits and stuff like that. Support me directly as well. You can also join on Patreon or even subbing on Twitch if you want to support me. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, we're gonna shout out all the members. So shout out Patreon Crow Vader. So we have Evil Blade 17, Lord Whip with an F there, and then 6540. We have Razmakai, Cozy with Brando, Cap Courteous as well. We got Kargan Falcon, Dole Whip, Noxus, Zero Mocker, Christian, and Crow Vader. Appreciate you guys, man. And if you want your name read off at the end of every video, of course, consider becoming a member within on this channel. You know, it could be the badge or I'm a member now tier. Either one works, and you get exclusive perks and content. So check it out, man. Appreciate you guys, man. It means a lot. We'll see you guys in the next one, man.